Okay, let's go ahead and wrap up the remaining 3 questions here. Let's see. Well, actually, technically 4, right? 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's 4. It's late at night. I can't count. Okay. Okay, well, let's try this one. We'll kind of run through this quickly, but, let me know if I'm zipping through it too fast. Okay, so we have an if, which means let's play out a new scenario. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They say if P is on the 5th one, so that's right here, where would L have to go? Well, the rule for P is that there has to be 2 spaces in between that and G. So I can't put G over here, which means G's got to go there, right? And I think we've actually kind of already placed this, right? Remember now what the rule is for L. L has to be in a block with O. So that means I can't put L over here. No L there. And I also can't put L over here because I don't have space for the N to come after it, and I can't put L over there because, well, we already have that listed in our master sketch, right? No L in 6, no L in 7, which means L has to go right there. Pause if that confused you. But that would mean our answer would have to be L goes on the 3rd space. Okay. Oops, let me just put the purple back there. Okay. Let's try the next question. What is the maximum number of tapes that can separate S from the news? All right, well, let's look at this for a minute. let's kind of similar to I think it was question 3. But, okay, we're looking for the maximum. They give us a list. And generally speaking, you kind of want to think about, let's try the biggest one that we can do and then see if that creates a contradiction. But where can we put the news, right? Because remember, S can go anywhere. There are no restrictions on S. But the rules are that we cannot put N on spaces 1 or 2. So that means N's going to have to go somewhere in here. And S can go anywhere. So it looks like the maximum possible separation between the two of them is if I put N over here and S all the way over here. And that would be a distance of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in between. Let's just try that. Let's see if that creates a contradiction. Okay, so that we're just targeting right now answer choice E. All right, that's as far apart as they can possibly be. All right, well, let me just switch up colors here for a minute. Well, let's see what happens. Can I create a scenario where I do not create a contradiction? Let's see. Can we do LO? Let's try this. If I put O and L right there, do we have a contradiction? Well, we have a problem because I can't put. I've got to have at least 2 spaces. Here, let me try this for a second. We need to have the most restrictive block is the block of 4, right? We have to have G, 2, and then a P, or vice versa. So let me just try this. Let me see if I do G, space, and P. Let's see what happens. Let me just try that for a minute. Is this possible? Okay, then we need to have a block of 2 for the LO, so I could put that right there. And then, well, we have space for H. Looks like we can do that, right? Because the question was what could happen. And I created a scenario where we have them 5 units apart, and I did not break any of the rules. I feel like I'm probably not giving that the attention that I should here. I mean, that is the answer. E is correct, but does that kind of make sense in terms of you're thinking about this? I would always go, if they're asking for the maximum, think about where are you allowed to place the most restrictive one out of that list. Remember, S could go anywhere, but N, we needed to, have that down to either, in this block right here, right? We couldn't put it in 1 and 2, so anywhere between 3 and 7. And then if you were thinking about how far apart could we potentially put them, if I put N all the way over here, and then S all at the other end, can I fit my stuff in there that's not going to break any rules? And just playing with it just for a moment showed that, yeah, we were actually okay. All right, hopefully that was reasonable, but let's just move on. Okay, so let me clear this out. And, okay, our answer for that one was 5. Let's look at 6. Which one of the following is the latest time... Whoops, let's try that again. The latest time slot in which L can be played. Well, don't overthink this one. We've got on our master list, they tell us things that, where L cannot be, and looks like we can't put L 6 or 7, so that means the latest that we potentially could put L down would be in 5. So, there it is. We're done. I mean, literally, that is the answer. Don't overthink these things. That's why the master sketch is really helpful in answering these sorts of questions. But yeah, okay. So that's that. And if you don't believe me, you can, pause the video and try to play out the other scenarios and see if, in fact, we create a contradiction by putting L in the 5th space. So, anyway. All right, let's do the last one. The time slot in which O must be played is completely determined if G is assigned to which of the following time slots. Okay, so just translate this. When they ask for something, when something is completely determined, it means if I put G in one of these spaces, do I only have one possible place where I could put O? And you think about it. We know that O has to be right next to L, right? So I have to have a block of 2 in order for this to work. And I also have to have at least another space after that block of 2 in order to place N. So there's really not much you can do here other than, frankly, just go down the line. Let's just try this. If I put G in the first space, let's see what happens. G, then that means P has to go here, right? Because we have to have 2 spaces in between. Now, LO means we need a block of 2 and at least 1 space after the 2. Do we have that here? Certainly, right? I could put LO here and somewhere in there. Or I could put LO here and right there. Meaning, either of those is acceptable. Meaning it's not completely determined where O has to go if I put G in the first slot, right? Because I've got 2 different blocks of 2, and there is a 3rd space after both of those blocks to place N. So, not completely determined. There's 2 scenarios where I could place L. So that's out. Nope, not the first one. What about the 3rd? Oh, actually, hold on a second. Let me do that again. What about the 3rd? Okay, so if I put G over here, let's see what happens. That means P has to go there. Well, it looks like we kind of have the same scenario, right? Look, we got a block of 2 and a block of 2, and there is a 3rd space where the N could go, and, in either of these blocks, I could put O either over here or over there, and there wouldn't be any contradiction. Any breaking of the rules. So, nope, O is not determined in that scenario. That's out. Okay, so no. What about the 4th? Okay, so if I put G over here, that means P has to go here. Okay, let's see what happens now. I have a block of 2, and I also have, technically 2 different blocks of 2. This space. Does that create a determined space for O? Well, let's think about this. I certainly can't put O over either in here. I can't put it here because I don't have any further space for the N to go, right? So I know that O can't go in those slots. But look at this one. Look at how this could work. I could do LON, so O could go here, or erase this. I could do LO and then an N in one of these 2 slots, right? So there's a couple of options I've got for where I could put O without breaking the rules. So nope, that doesn't work either. Okay, so that's out. So it looks like we're down to, of course, it's going to be like near the end, right? So let's try D. If I put G in the 5th space, what has to happen here? All right, so I got G here, which means I can't put P. P's got to be 2 spaces away. I only have 2 spaces there, so I have to put P over here. And I think this is our answer. Because look at this. Oops. Look at this. Look, I've got 2 blocks of 2, right? I have to have a block of 2 to place the O. But, let's switch this up for a moment. I can't put LO here because there's no further space for the N. That's impossible. I can put it here, and then I've got a couple spaces where I could put, my N in one of those, and I certainly can't put LO crammed into 1 space. So that is it. This one, in this scenario, I can only put O in 1 spot. I have to put it in, if I have G in the 5th, that will determine where I can place L. Okay, that did also kind of run a little bit long. Hopefully that made sense. I will see y'all, or, metaphorically speaking, in the next video.